Police blamed a wall built to protect Flemington Racecourse, and on the eve of inquiry, residents fear it'll be a whitewash.
We were always assured that we were safe. We were not in a flood zone.
We moved up here to be off the flood zone, so we thought.
26 years of raising my family here with my husband, and yeah, it's pretty sad.
Vivian Brumby filmed the moment an excavator picked up her life's belongings.
Our footpath was 10 feet deep with all of our belongings.
Her front yard, her home of 26 years, a dumping ground. So too her neighbourhood, Maribyrnong in Melbourne's inner west, a haunting sight. But fast forward 5 months and it's a ghost town here. Houses are empty and derelict, streets are desolate. And the families who used to call this suburb home don't anymore.
It's almost too distressing to try and sort through it.
When the Maribyrnong River burst its banks in October last year, more than 30 people were rescued by boat, just like Vivian and her kids. 245 houses flooded. 47 of them were in the Rivervue Retirement Village.
The river that we couldn't even see the night before was right up over the path.
Ray Waters and husband Colin evacuated their unit in 2 hours.
When we had to get out, the water was over my knees and like ice.
Ray moved into the village thinking it was a good investment.
Nobody in their right mind is going to pay full price for our house. We have worked all our lives and it's really sad.
Since that day, the couple moved from hotel to motel. 126 days on, they still live in temporary accommodation. Many Maribyrnong families believe this is why their lounge rooms filled with water. A flood wall built to protect Flemington Racecourse, pushing the water out of what is naturally a floodplain.
I think if they want to build a flood wall, build it to protect everybody. Don't just build it to protect them.
For Viv and Ray, questions remain. Why weren't they given adequate warning? Why was a floodplain moved and a retirement village built? And was the wall to blame?
We were assured that no, we were not on the floodplain.
And technically, that's true. Records show in 2016 the floodplain footprint was moved, giving the green light to build the retirement village.
Who's to blame? Without any shadow of a doubt, it's Melbourne Water.
Civil engineer Ron Sutherland was employed by Melbourne Water for 2 decades.
Every day I would be fighting developers, like the developer of Rivervue, to say what you're trying to do is completely inappropriate. Don't build in a floodplain. Floodplains are for water, not people.
So why was it moved?
That's the big question, and it's a question for Melbourne Water to answer. And they've decided they won't answer. Like, how appalling. How appalling is that?
But it's not talking, not to Ron and not to us. Melbourne Water refusing an interview, but sent this statement about a review it's conducting into the October flood event.
The review is the important first step in determining crucial facts about the flood, including any impact the Flemington flood wall may have had.
Submissions for the review close in March, but the problem residents have isn't with what the review is doing, it's what it's not. They say Melbourne Water won't look into the emergency flood warning system and why it failed, or future mitigation upgrades.
It's wasting our taxpayers' money just to do a half-hearted review.
Even the Greens have no faith in the current review scope, calling to establish a parliamentary inquiry into the Maribyrnong flood instead.
The people there were given no flood warning. When I worked there and was a flood warning officer, we would give 5 hours notice.
Ron believes there's one solution to stop a 50-year flood in its tracks, and it's called Arundel.
Build a retarding basin that fills up with excess water and slowly goes downstream.
Please just find out what caused this with a proper review, not a whitewash review, and try and flood-proof our homes. That would be wonderful to have that done.
They deserve real answers, don't they?